This is a hand-serging stitch, and I'm going to show you how to sew it. The hand-serging stitch is an edge finishing stitch, which means that it's used to wrap thread around raw edges of fabric to protect and prevent the fabric edge from fraying and unraveling. The hand-serging stitch uses doubled thread rather than just a single thread, which means you're going to thread the eye of your needle with a doubled thread. To do this, you're going to take a singular piece of thread, fold it in half, then pass both ends of your thread through the eye of the needle. Then to start the stitch, you're going to insert the needle from the back to the front and pull through until you have a little loop here. In practice on fabric, you would do an anchor stitch on the underside, but on paper we're just going to start like this. Then we're going to insert the needle at 2 and then pull until it forms a loop like so. Now pay close attention because the first stitch is going to be a little bit different than the rest of them. For this stitch, we're going to pull the needle through the loop, making sure that the needle goes over both threads of the loop. Then after we pull our needle and thread through, we're going to insert the needle again at 3. Now instead of pulling the needle through the loop of both of the threads, we're going to pass the needle in between the 2 threads within the loop. Then you're just going to continue this step for the rest of the stitch. So again, we're inserting the needle at 4 and passing the needle in between the 2 threads within the loop. At the very end of the stitch, we're going to pass the needle through the same point from the back to the front just to hold the thread securely on paper. In practice on fabric, you would finish the stitch off with an anchor stitch. I have a tutorial on how to do an anchor stitch on my page. It's the first video in my playlist titled Hand Sewing Tutorials. The workbook that you see here is available through the link in my bio or the TikTok shop, and there's also a left-handed version of this workbook.